Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Thursday, the 17th of Feb 2022, and we're producing our regular morning gold and silver price update, together with economic data and geopolitical news. Gold and silver have risen sharply in the last 2 hours, and yesterday's data points to an increasing interest rate rise in March for the United States. Let's take a look. It's Thursday, 17th of Feb 2022 at 10:05 in the morning. The news headlines today somewhat mixed. For example, we see once again Russia dominating the headlines with the heading Russia rejects US troop claims. EU leaders meet. We'll also take a quick look. Economists wonder, is the European Central Bank about to make a policy error? Let's look at Ukraine first. Russia's foreign ministry denied a claim by the US and Britain that it's added as many as 7,000 troops to what President Joe Biden has said are around 150,000 soldiers already near Ukraine's borders. Russian state media cited Moscow-backed separatists as saying Ukrainian forces violated ceasefire rules in eastern Ukraine overnight. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, which monitors ceasefire compliance, regularly reports dozens of violations from both sides on a daily basis. European Union leaders will discuss the Russian tensions Thursday in Brussels before the group of 7 foreign ministers meet in Munich on Saturday. So, whereas perhaps the news yesterday was quite jubilant and reports that Russia were withdrawing troops from the border, we did say don't take it necessarily for granted. And now it appears at least that that is not the case, and that they may even be adding. But is this true, or is this fake news, as we're used to calling it? The European Central Bank is moving towards interest rate increases that could take effect just as inflation drops down to below its 2% goal, according to economist forecasts that hint at the possibility of a policy mistake. A Bloomberg survey of more than 50 participants published on Monday anticipates annual price growth of just 1.7 and 1.8% in the next 2 years. Do you believe that? And some even see it at only half the target in 2023. Meanwhile, the median of forecasts provided show an initial quarter-point rate hike in December. That view on monetary policy is understandable given ECB President Christine Lagarde's refusal to rule out such an increase. But economists' collective anticipation of an inflation undershoot in coming years is harder to square, not least considering her reckoning that the rate hikes take effect within 9 to 18 months. Now, the only comment we would make here is that if the ECB raise rates by 1/4 or 0.5%, it will have quite a psychological effect on the marketplace, for sure. However, its actual physical effect on inflation will be muted. So if these economists are right, and inflation is undercut in a year or two, then all they have to do is reduce rates again. It's really no biggie. However, if they don't raise rates, and inflation still continues to rise, then the medicine for that ailment has to be even more severe and a bigger jolt to the economy. Interesting news on the BBC. Apple chief faces opposition to a £73 million pay deal. Be interested in your thoughts on this. Bearing in mind Apple is arguably now the largest company in the world, and its profits have soared again. Should its chief executive have as high a pay packet, it's not just all salary, of £73 million? What do you think? Be interesting to see your response to that. United States, main headline here, Ottawa standoff continues as blockades cleared. Let's look at what's happening to the dollar. We can see it's starting to rise again at 95.8. Energy prices, they went up yesterday, they're down today by about the similar amount to that which they went up yesterday, but both still in the above $90. Equity markets slightly mixed in the US, broadly down though, except the S&P was up 0.09%, which is virtually unchanged. Asia Pacific overnight, again mixed bag. The Nikkei and Topix down under 1%, whereas the Hang Seng and CSI are up just over 0.25%, and Europe broadly down, between marginally in deficit to 0.6% for the FTSE index. Now, economic news yesterday, quite interesting. And the effect from gold and silver is equally as interesting. We mentioned on Tuesday that we had the producer price index higher than anticipated and the manufacturing index lower. But we highlighted that retail sales was going to be the key one. And if we take a look, we can see that retail sales for January were higher than expectations, coming in at 3.8% against expectations of 2.1%. And retail sales excluding automobiles even stronger compared to expectations at 3.3%. However, we also had a rising import price index of 2%, but industrial production was also up at 1.4%. So a slightly mixed bag there, but without doubt in our view, this now virtually guarantees the fact that interest rates are going to rise in March for the United States. We have seen that today gold prices have jumped literally in the last 2 hours, and they're up $30 at just under $1,890. Silver prices are also up 21 cents again in the last couple of hours. We're not absolutely sure as to why yet, and we're investigating, but I have to get this video out reasonably quickly today. But we can see silver at 23.76. Now, whether that's because of what's going on with Russia-Ukraine, we're not absolutely certain. But bearing in mind the news yesterday, we should have expected the price to level off and potentially decline. The fact it hasn't done that means something is happening, and perhaps by the time the video is published and you've watched it, you may be more aware as to what's actually occurred. Cryptocurrency prices, well, down, I'll need to refresh the page because it's been there a little while, down 7%, market cap 1.84, and as we can see, Bitcoin and Ethereum have fallen just under 2%. That's it for now. We'll update tomorrow as to why gold has suddenly jumped and silver in the last hour or two, although perhaps the main news might alert us to that fact anyway. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the channel, press that bell sign, give us a thumbs up if you wish, by all means, we'd welcome it, and comment. And we'll just end this video with a comment about the Pure Gold Company, which we're adding just to this week's videos in case you haven't seen any of the previous ones. If you've listened to it, you can end the video now. Very shortly, we shall be doing a video on the Pure Gold Company, as you can see on the screen. It's had much acclaim and has been promoted by the likes of The Guardian, Financial Times, Reuters, Your Money, CNBC, BBC, Money Week, The Telegraph, and the Wall Street Journal. Now, we've provided a link if you want to take a look for yourself at this company. The actual link is bit.ly, that's L-Y, / the Pure Gold Company. Do take a look for yourself, but as I've said, we'll be doing a video on this company, and also we plan to interview its CEO in the next couple of weeks. And we've placed a link to it both in the description box and in the comment section below. Let us know what you think. For listening, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign. Until next time. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.